Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space company, is still months away from launching their New Glenn rocket, but very recent tests at NASA's Glenn Research Center are strengthening confidence that the rocket's cavernous nose cone will function and perform as intended. Stay tuned to find out everything you need to know about Blue Origin and their successful test for their new rocket. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space company, successfully tests new rocket at NASA. Here's everything you need to know. At NASA's Armstrong Test Facility in Ohio, Blue Origin accomplished a critical test of the payload fairing of their forthcoming New Glenn rocket. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space enterprise, is still months away from launching its orbital-class new rocket, but recent launches at NASA's Glenn Research Center are providing a high level of confidence in the space community and Blue Origin. Blue Origin announced the first jettison test of the 7-meter wide, or 23-foot wide, fairing at Glenn Research Center's Armstrong Test Facility Space Environments Complex, based in Ohio, in a video posted to Twitter and Instagram. The purpose of the test was to guarantee that the fairing would split cleanly, allowing the payload to be deployed. Another interesting feature about the rocket, the world's biggest vacuum chamber, which measures over 100 feet in diameter and 122 feet in height, is housed in the complex. Shauna Sherwood-Ryan, who happens to be a project manager and test conductor at Blue Origin, said, "It's the only area in the world where we can test out this fairing in an environment close to what the rocket would see in space. The test validated acoustics, cleanliness, and environments that payload customers expect," according to Blue Origin. Blue Origin's current plan is to launch its reusable New Glenn rocket from Florida for the first time later this year, but that relies on how the company meets its development objectives. The BE-4 rocket engines on the first stage booster are a crucial milestone. Blue Origin would not be ready to provide BE-4 engines for United Launch Alliance's Vulcan rocket until the second quarter of 2022 at the earliest, according to Ars Technica, which is months behind schedule. Only time will tell as to when the rocket is ready for the actual launch, but fingers are crossed that it will be in the year 2022. Next, a potential black hole has been discovered. Scientists claim that the isolated stellar mass black hole is the first of its kind to be discovered. According to a new study, astronomers may have identified and measured the mass of an isolated stellar mass black hole for the first time. Previous study revealed that when huge stars with masses greater than 20 times that of the Sun reach the end of their lifetimes, they usually perish in supernova explosions, with their dense cores collapsing to form black holes. According to research lead author Kailash Sahu, an astronomer at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore, stars large enough to generate black holes make up around 1 out of every 1,000 stars, implying that there should be around 100 million stellar mass black holes in the Milky Way. Insane, right? Until now, all stellar mass black holes discovered had been in binary systems with neutron stars as partners. The majority of the Milky Way stellar mass black holes, on the other hand, should be singletons, according to Sahu. Nobody has ever been able to detect an isolated black hole, according to Sahu. Black holes, as their name implies, absorb all light that falls into them, making them impossible to detect in the darkness of space. The discovery was made possible by NASA's Hubble telescope, which was employed for 6 years of research. The isolated black hole has a mass around 7.1 times that of the Sun and is moving at a speed of 45 kilometers per second, or 162,000 kilometers per hour, according to researchers. This indicates that the supernova explosion that gave birth to it gave it a kick. While the paper is yet to be peer-reviewed, the existence of such elusive black holes has long been speculated. Speaking about the discovery, the scientists stated, "It took 2 years of planning followed by 6 years of observing with Hubble, but it was very satisfying to see the incredible results. It was immediately clear as daylight that it's a black hole. There was nothing else that could cause the deflections we measured." The discovery of this black hole is huge for the entire globe. It's an entire new space realm to investigate. But it is also kind of scary at the same time. Imagining a huge black hole out there is a little ominous. Now, Astra space launch officially scrubbed after aborting first launch attempt. Just this past week, Astra's second attempt to launch for the first time from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station was canceled. The scrub came following a launch pad abort shortly after the company's 40-foot rocket, known as Rocket 3.3 LV0008, or simply Rocket, was ignited. The launch was aborted 50 minutes into the 3-hour time frame allotted, giving time to try again, but corporate authorities eventually decided to wait until the next day. Astra did not announce a fresh targeted launch opportunity right away. While we considered another attempt today, company founder and CEO Chris Kemp said on Twitter, "Out of an abundance of caution, we are giving the team time to complete a more complete review of the data." The failed launch attempt comes after the first attempt on Saturday, which was canceled owing to a range radar failure. Astra's first mission for NASA is an educational launch of nanosatellites. It has a payload of 4 CubeSats, or small satellites. 3 of the small payloads were planned and built by colleges, while NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston developed the 4th. In addition to being Astra's first NASA mission, it will also be the company's first satellite deployment and launch from Cape Canaveral. Until the present, Astra's launch operations have been limited to the Pacific Spaceport Complex in Kodiak, Alaska. In November 2021, the California-based business launched its first successful orbital test flight from Alaska using the previous model of its launch vehicle, Rocket 3.2 LV0007. Despite the fact that the launch vehicle was successful in reaching orbit, no payloads were deployed. The claimed mission of Astra is to manufacture inexpensive, simple-to-fly rockets utilizing off-the-shelf parts and procedures. Astra's rocket is much smaller than those that routinely launch from the Cape at only 40 feet tall. The Falcon 9 rocket, for example, stands 230 feet tall. Next, Elon Musk finally gives an update on SpaceX Starship. Elon Musk, you have definitely heard of before, is a business mogul and hugely successful entrepreneur. Musk is the co-founder of Neuralink, as well as the founder and CEO of SpaceX. Along with those achievements, he is also an early-stage investor, CEO, and product architect of Tesla Incorporated, and the founder of the Boring Company. With a net worth of over $243 billion, he is one of the wealthiest people on the planet and has put a lot of his wealth into his space company and desires to make huge change and progress within the space. Elon Musk will give humanity an update on his Moon and Mars rocket, Starship, live from Texas on Thursday. The Starship is a next-generation spacecraft that NASA expects to utilize for its Artemis moon missions, and Musk hopes to use it to land the first humans on Mars. He announced last week on Twitter that he will give an update on the vehicle's development on Thursday, February 10th, from the company's Starbase site in Boca Chica, Texas. This will be the first time Musk has provided an update on Starship in about 2.5 years. SpaceX launched and crash-landed a few prototypes during that time until completing a high-altitude flight and touchdown without blowing up last May. SpaceX is working on a spacecraft called Starship that will transport astronauts and cargo to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. The massive vehicle is made up of 2 parts, a first-stage rocket dubbed Super Heavy and a 165-foot-tall spacecraft named Starship, both of which are planned to be totally and quickly reusable. After the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, completes an environmental assessment of Starbase, SpaceX plans to launch that mission as soon as possible. FAA authorities have stated that the study will be completed by the end of this month. SpaceX has already planned some Starship missions. For example, NASA chose the massive vehicle as the lunar lander for its Artemis program's first crewed surface mission, which is set to launch in 2025 or so. On Thursday, Musk is expected to provide additional details about the trip, as well as engineering updates and possibly a few surprises. In addition to deploying Starship for exploratory flights beyond Earth, Musk has stated that using Starship to launch the company's Starlink broadband satellites is crucial. The event is expected to be live streamed by SpaceX, and we'll embed the video feed here so you can watch it in real time on Thursday. We are definitely going to be tuning in. And there you have it, everything you need to know about Blue Origin and how they successfully tested their New Glenn rocket at NASA. Additionally, we also touch on a new black hole that has potentially been discovered, Astra Space aborting their launch with NASA, and finally, Elon Musk set to finally give a highly anticipated update on his mission to space. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching!